Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Todd Burrier here from toddburrier.com, and today I'm going to talk about not letting this keep you from succeeding. So the question is, what is this? So this is judging people. That's the topic for today, and really how to get around it. And let me give you some insight. If you've been in the industry for a little while, then you have been in a situation where you didn't call someone because you judged whether they would be interested or not, or worse, you chickened out, right? You were afraid to call them because you judged that they wouldn't, or that they would be harsh to you, or however you did it, right? And then you found them in your company or in another company or in something later, and you went, oh, I could have called that person. I can point out multiple examples, especially early in my career, where, one person I didn't call became a multi-million-dollar earner over time. Another person I didn't call became very, very successful in the first company that I was in. I found that out by showing up at a meeting, and there they were, right? So these are the kinds of things that will make you nuts. That doesn't happen to me anymore, and hasn't for a long time, because I learned that lesson. So my personal rule of thumb is, if I think of you, if I feel like you come into my head, or for whatever reason I'm prompted by you just there, I'll call you. And it's pretty interesting, by the way, and you can check this out on your own. Whenever someone just pops into your head, if you reach out and connect with them right then, almost every time you end up connecting with that person. It's like, I don't know, it's a universe thing. I don't know. That's just the way it works. So try it. Next time someone pops into your head, reach out. I did it yesterday. It worked again, right? It just happens all the time. So we're going to talk about this topic, because this topic is really important. And judging is like editing, right? It's like saying, you don't get an opportunity, and I don't get an opportunity to share this with you. That's what you're doing when you do it. And so if you think about what's happening in our industry, it's exploding, right? There's 100 million people in our industry right now, and that is going to just continue to grow. It's probably going to grow by 3 times its size in the next 10 years. So what does that mean? That means pretty much everybody is going to be looking for opportunities, hearing about opportunities, assessing opportunities, right? That's just the nature of it. I could go into a whole long, and I probably will in the near future, and give you a lot of the dynamics that are happening economically and that are driving this trend, because it's just so, once you see it, it's so obvious. I mean, it's like, how could you possibly miss it? And so here are some thoughts for you. If you don't contact somebody, right? If you choose not to contact somebody, now I'll be, everything I do is completely authentic. There are people I don't contact because I don't think they're that nice to people, or I think they're dishonest. See, if you're not nice, honest, or respectful, I am just not personally going to talk to you, and haven't in my career, because when you contact someone, you're going to work with that person, right? So. But other than that, right, if there's someone that you feel like you could contact, or they're the kind of person you like to have in your business, or whatever that is, if you don't contact that person, just be ready for when they contact you, because that's what's going to happen. If you don't reach out and contact that person and let them know you have something, and that you would have, love the opportunity to share it with them, and that they might be right for them, might be a fit for them, might not, right? But that you'll know either way. That's, just the principles of doing it properly, which I'm not doing that in this particular session. I'm just giving you this really powerful concept, right? And this way to understand. But if you don't reach out and call these people, or touch these people, or contact these people, and make people aware of what you have, I can promise you, sometime down the road, could be tomorrow, that person is going to be contacting you. They're going to be contacting you about their opportunity, whatever that is, whatever they ended up getting involved in. And so anybody you judge, you open the door for that. Not only do you miss an opportunity for now, you may miss a huge opportunity for later, and they're going to be coming to you, right? That's just what's going to happen. Something else to think about is, there's this concept of the chicken list. So what is the chicken list? For those of you who are new to the business, the chicken list is the people that you consider above you on the food chain. so to speak. And by the way, that's rubbish. But I get it because I've felt that way for a long time in my life. I saw everybody as above me on the food chain in life, right? So here's what you need to understand. The lower your self-opinion is, the bigger your chicken list is going to be, right? Because that's how it's connected. The lower your self-opinion, the bigger your chicken list is going to be. So that's one of the reasons I'm so consistently talking about personally developing yourself and understanding that you are exactly who you should be, and you got all kinds of gifts and talents and abilities, and everybody puts their pants on the same way. Just some people have accomplished more once they put their pants on than other people, right? But that doesn't matter. That doesn't make them a better person than you. So editing your success. If you judge people, you are editing your success. So think about this. Why would you edit your success? It doesn't make any sense. What's the worst thing that can happen when you contact someone? Is it that they say no? Actually, no, that's not the worst thing that can happen. That's a great thing to have happen. Maybe is the worst thing that can happen, right? Maybe, right? So you're not going to get hit by a train because you talk to somebody. You're just going to open the door for them. They're either interested or they're not, and that's not on you, right? So the worst thing that can happen is a maybe. But I want you to think about this relative to the people of influence, which would be people you would call your chicken list. Influencers by definition. And there are many in every community, whether it's a church or whether it is a town or whether it's a company. These are all kinds of communities. Influencers are either for you or they're against you. And I don't mean they're against you on purpose. In other words, if someone's not for you, if someone of influence is not for you in the community, it just means they're for someone else. They're influencing in another direction. So by definition, they would be against you if it is in your market arena, which in networking, it's competing for attention, right? It's all kinds of different things we compete with for attention in the marketplace, and particularly in the income earning space and the product and service space. So influencers are either for you or against you, which means you have to tell them what you have. If you don't, they can't be for you. They don't have any way to be for you if they don't understand. They're people of influence, and people who have influence take that influence seriously. They are conscious of it. They want to make sure that they're influencing people properly. That's why they have influence. If people misuse their influence before long, they don't have influence, right? So people of influence who understand they have influence, they want to use it purposefully and for good. And so you need to let them know what you have. Because first of all, you don't know, right? You might think, oh, this person's really, really successful, or they're really, really doing well, or they don't strike me as someone who might be interested. That's just all in your head, right? That has nothing to do with reality. You have no idea what someone's situation is, what they're interested in, what they would or would not do. You don't know, right? You're not a soothsayer. I'm just going to tell you. I mean, I don't actually never met a soothsayer. I was going to say maybe you are, but I can't, because you probably not. You're not a soothsayer. You can't foresee the future. You can't read someone's mind, right? And so understand this. The more successful someone is, the more likely it is they're open, especially if they're entrepreneurial at all. But people who are successful are open, right? That's part of how they got there. They didn't keep themselves in a box. They looked for ways to get out. They invested in themselves. You know, people who are successful, especially entrepreneurs, they really appreciate someone who's trying to build a business because they know what it takes. They know what they've done to be successful. And so they like to help. They like the opportunity to hear about what you're doing. They're more willing to open the door. So think about it that way. So here you got, again, going back to what I said, the lower your self-opinion, the bigger your chicken list. So let's say you got a low self-opinion. And again, this is near and dear to me because I had a low self-opinion for a long time. But I pushed past it. And what I found was when I talked to people who were way higher up on the economic food chain than me, almost all of them were open to hearing about what I was doing. Almost all of them. Right? They weren't judging me. They were looking at the merits of it. And so that's an important thing. Now, there's different ways you can approach them. You could approach that person with your product first or your service first and say, hey, I'm building this business and I don't really necessarily think it's a fit for you, but I'd love to share you with what I'm doing. And maybe you'd be like interested in being a customer, or there might be something you want to use. However, you can do that. Or you can say, hey, I'm building a business. I have a tremendous amount of respect for you because you've done this and this and this, and you're just someone I admire, and I'd like the opportunity to share it with you and get your opinion as to some ideas about what I might do, or maybe some thoughts for me, or whatever, right? You don't have to get their opinion about, I'm just going to say this for me, but the opinion about what they think of it. I think that's false. I'm not a big fan of that one. Because you don't really want their opinion of what they think of it. You want to know if they're interested in it, or they like it, or they might be able to give you some opinions on some things you could do, right? You want their mentorship. That's a different way to ask for an opinion. And then the other is, maybe you can help me. That's a great approach for someone who's successful. Maybe you can help me. I'm trying to build a business and you're someone I admire. I'd like to share it with you. You get your thoughts. I don't necessarily think it's a fit for you, but I am looking to expand, and you might know some of the right kinds of people because you would be in the circles of the kinds of people I would like to talk to. Right? These people are going to be open. And there's a million ways to approach. Talk to your sponsor, your upline, whoever's mentoring you, and get their thoughts about how you can make an approach. Again, this wasn't exactly what I didn't even intend to give you what I just gave you. My real message here is don't judge, don't edit when you are working. Open the door for everybody because you don't know. The person you think is incredibly successful might be miserable at what they do. Or there might be economic forces that are making what they do go down right now. Or they may be looking for a way out just because they're tired of that. Or they may need another income stream because they're overextended, but you don't know. I can give you 100 reasons why you should contact everybody. So I'm just going to stick with that basic platform. Do not judge them, all right? Do not judge, because then you are editing your success. So this is just a short message for today. I hope you found value. Please share my videos. Please share them into the space that you are operating in, because if you're building your business right now, this is going to help the people you're working with just to hear these words. Again, sometimes you may have already said this to somebody before, but they need to hear it from another voice. So please share, help me get the message out, help me help people, because that's what it's all about. If you haven't yet, click the sign up button and go check out my blog. My blog today has some really good stuff relative to Warm Market. Okay, so hey, thank you very much for dialing in. Hope you have a great rest of your day.